Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll. Tonight I come to you with this leg again from the F&B Quads, and I painted it. I gave it a coat of paint last night, and we're going to see how it does today when I give it a second coat. If I find that those little spots are still showing through, the second coat might hide a lot of it. That's what I'm thinking and hoping. So, but before I do that, I want to talk about something here. I don't know why, but it just hit me. It's on my mind. But I have my coat in here, and on my coat at this time of the year, starting about right after Thanksgiving, right after Halloween, we start wearing poppies in Canada here. Now, I don't know if they're, I can only speak for what I went through as a child. I have two poppies on here. I'm going to talk about each one of them. The first one, the red one here, we as children, when we're being raised in the school system, back when I was a child, I don't know how it is today, but I imagine they do something. We were told to go home, and we were to go get a quarter from our parents, and you're to come in with your 25-cent piece, and you are to hand it in, and you would get a poppy. And they were handed out to you. Sometimes we had a soldier that came in and handed them to us. Sometimes it was just our teacher. And you made sure that that 25 cents came to you. Now, back then, when we were kids, we could get a pop and a chocolate bar with that. And that was hard on us kids to give 25 cents in for a poppy. But we knew what it meant also, because we were raised very young. Right from the time my children were 3 years of age, 4, around there, they were wearing a poppy. They were forced to, because at those ages, because we were teaching them how to respect the people who fought for us and lost. Some of them lost their lives or were maimed or whatever their cause, what happened to them. Even if it was mentally, it caused distress in them. We were to respect them at every level of how they sacrificed their lives. And we also taught our children very, very young about the poppy. And we were, as we grew up in the school system, your respect grew more and more. It was taught to us very, very young. And I would say starting about grade 1. So you're 6 years old, and that poppy meant everything to you. And when your mother gave you your 25 cents piece, you were to make sure she would look at you and say, no, you do not go to the store. If I find out you went to the store, you'll have problems when you come home. Because we weren't to take that money. We had to understand. She was trying to teach us that this was a special 25-cent piece that you were to take to school, and you're going to come home with a poppy. And she would want to see that we had our poppy. Now, I remember one year, an older boy, and I would say I was about, I'm going to say 7, 8 years old, and my brother be about maybe 6 or 7. And my younger brother, I have 3 of them, and I'm a third born. And anyhow, the big boy came up and took his poppy off of him, because probably he knew he had to come home with his poppy. It happened right at our house. Well, here I am, this little 7, 8-year-old, going after this great big boy, twice my size, 3 times my size, more clout than ever. He had a hold of my head, and I'm swinging at him, because I just knew, my brother's standing there crying, because he knew what that poppy meant, to show my mother that he bought that poppy. And my mother saw it all, and told me to stop it, because she understood. And she consoled my brother, because she knew, he did buy his poppy, got his poppy. That's just how much we fought for our poppy. If you picked up your poppy right away if it fell on the ground, and you put that poppy right back on you again. And so anyways, that's my one story I remember as a child with my poppy. The other one is from Australia, and they came up with a wonderful idea from Australia. I love it. This purple poppy represents the animals who died in the war, who sacrificed their lives, that probably were bombed or maimed or whatever, or came home. But maybe they were shell-shocked animals. We don't know. I don't know what happened all back then, but I do know, out of respect for the animals that died, they came up with this purple poppy, and I think it's just wonderful. And I put it right below my red poppy. Now, back in my day, we had a little green piece that went in there, but now they've just got the red and the black. But I thought that was just a beautiful contribution to the animals who sacrificed their lives as well. I thought I'd share that with you. And I know every country has a way of showing their respect to their soldiers, but I just wanted to share my Canadian you know, raising and how we were taught as right from little children up. My children to this very day, my daughter right away has money out for the soldiers at the door, the veterans at the door, to give them for poppies right away. We hand money out right away to them. If it's just a loonie or a toonie, we give it to them right away. And, you know, we don't begrudge it at all. And we're all, every door we come, we enter, or we're exiting, we make sure money is given to them. It's just something I've drilled into my kids. You give. Do not walk past them. Even if it's just a little bit, you are to give something as you enter your stores at this time of the year until November 11th. And it's been, I don't even have to say anything. They just do. They just do it, you know, because it's been ingrained in them right from little ones up. So anyways, I thought I'd share that with you, and now we'll get on with the dolls. You can tell me below how you guys, how a lot of you do it as well. How, you know, how you remember Remembrance Day, you know. So anyhow, on with this doll here. I thought I'd just take a moment just to show that to everybody and explain it to everybody. Okay, I'm not going to do what I did yesterday. I took the brush right out and with the thinner. This brush really holds the thinner really well. So there we go. Now we're going to paint this leg one more time, and let's just, well, it actually is going to need another coat after this, but only one more time right now. We're going to see how it turns out tomorrow, if it is worthy of going on to the third coat or not. Do I have to go backwards and sand? Won't surprise me if I do. I always start at the foot and work myself to the string. It is covering up quite nicely. Oh my. I did a little bit of Christmas shopping today. Not much, but I did some. The stores are getting a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness, it's just wild. The stuff is everywhere, but I'm just like floored when I went in, because it went from Halloween. I mean, it was peeking out through Halloween anyways, all the Christmas stuff. I could see it coming, hitting the shelves. As Halloween was getting closer and closer, the Christmas stuff was sneaking out through the little seams and everything. It's like the store was busting to get going with Christmas here. But yeah, it's a coming. Can't stop it. We're taking down our Halloween decorations now, and oh, it's beautiful weather right now. We're having some gorgeous. I hate to say it too loud. Somebody might hear me and put the Wicket switch on. Which is the snow. I want snow, but I don't know. I love my shorts and my bare feet, and I had shoes on today, believe it or not. I couldn't get home fast enough and get them off. I wish I never wore them. I should have just went in my flip-flops. I was so miserable in the stores with my flip-flops, without my flip-flops. Oh, I hate shoes. Hate them. Okay. At the end of this month, my daughter and I are going to go and see the Nutcracker right in our own city here. And should be lots of fun. She bought tickets for it, so I am going to go with her, and we're going to go see that. I think it's going to be something different to see. So, there we go. It's covering up quite nice, I have to say. I'm really pleased with it. I'm not seeing too many problems at all. The second coat is quite nice. Like this, the leg has issues already. I can't like say it doesn't have issues. It does. I think I'm going to go with this. This is quite nice. Wow, I'm impressed by what I'm seeing here. And yeah, when I see, now because I don't airbrush my flesh tone on, I will see my streaks of my brush. And when I do one of these little tap things to get it out. It's almost like an air tap. And all of a sudden the streaks are gone. And there's not many. It's just a few little streaks that will show up in my paint. And I don't want those there because then it dries with that there. Like those streaks are there. So You can go over them, but sometimes if they're deep enough in the paint, you just paint right back into those grooves again. So what I do is I just kind of give it like a tap and just cut, and I go a different angle at it. Like I won't, if the streak went this way, I'll go like this with it to kind of angle it all out. And it does, it comes out very nicely. Just a little trick of my own I kind of figured out myself here. So yeah, I think one more coat and we're doing pretty good here. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing, and yeah, I think another coat will just, this is going to just look fabulous, you know. Yeah, I'm excited about this leg coming along like it did. I mean, it's like I said, you're not going to get perfection because, number one, the composition may not be a perfected piece. I've had some composition that your leg is just beautiful. Then I've had others with little swirls in them. And all the sanding in the world is not going to get those swirls out. Now, you could cover it from one end to the other with Milliput, but I don't want to do that with the leg or the arm or whatever I'm working on. So I deal with it and just say, you know what, it's just part of it. I'll lay a good thick coat of paint on it, and a few might just, those swirls might show up. I've had streaks, I've had all kinds of stuff that's just built into the composition itself, and there's nothing you can do about it. Then there's things you can do about, you know, and there's things that you can work out of the composition. So looking at this right now, it's looking really like I'm happy with what I'm seeing here. Like I said, the places where I thought I was going to have to maybe do another sanding, I think I'm just going to leave it alone and let it be at that. And yeah, this is looking really nice. I'm happy with it, and we're going to hang that up. And I'm going to call that a video tonight. Wow, that turned out, I'm impressed. Not what I thought was going to happen. I thought I was going to have to sand that leg one more time. But you know what? It looks pretty good. And I'm going to just learn how to accept some faults. I have to learn how to accept some things are just what they are. You can sand and sand and sand and still not get the results that you want. And that's the problem with these old dolls. But I love how well it's turning out. It's turning out really well. And, you know, it's wonderful to see your work, you know, come out really, sometimes surprises you in that it's turning out really better than what you thought. And that's a nice thing to see. But, yeah, so there we go. There we go. We're doing pretty good here. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, thanks for joining me and for dropping in. I'm going to be making a second video in a few seconds here, so come and join me, and I hope you enjoy the next one here too. And I'm going to be showing a special doll that's special to me, and it has a little bit of a history to the Reborn world. I have shown her before, but this is more, if my older subscribers might remember her, but this is really to update a lot of people who've just joined me in the last year or so that I've never shown her. So maybe this is nice to review her again and to see her, you know, and what she means to the Reborn world. But anyways, join me on that one. It's coming up next right after this video here. And thank you for dropping in. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment. I do read them. I sit down every night and I read my comments. So thank you again for joining me. And see you in a few seconds. Bye-bye.